Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I've got something really special and transparent for you. We are going to dive into the salary structure of Qatar Airways flight attendants, how much they make, how it is divided, and what factors contribute to that paycheck. I'm not just going to tell you about it, I'm going to show you the real salary slip so that you can see everything yourself. This video is all about transparency. So if you're curious about how the pay works for flight attendants, this video is for you. So let's first break it down, starting with the basics. So there is something called as the basic salary for cabin crew, and it is same for international and domestic. The division criteria is same for both domestic and international airlines, but of course there is a difference in the amount. So let's just talk about Qatar Airways flight attendants. So the salary for Qatar Airways flight attendants is divided into several key components. These include basic salary, flying hours, and allowances, which is layover allowances. These three elements combine to give you the total amount that you will earn each month. Let's go over each of them one by one. First, let's talk about the basic salary. This is the guaranteed part of your pay. No matter if you're flying or not, this is the amount that you will get every month. No matter how many hours are you making, how many layovers you are doing, or how many turnaround flights you are doing every month, this is the basic salary that you will receive for sure, in addition to layover allowances and your flying hour salary. It is generally in the range of 80 to 90,000 Indian rupees, or 3,500 to 4,000 Qatari riyals. Basic salary is what forms the foundation of your entire salary, and it stays consistent every month. Next, we have flying hours. So as a flight attendant, your pay is directly linked to how many hours have you flown in the particular month. So this includes the actual time that you spend in the air during each flight. Typically, Qatar Airways has a flying hour rate. So for 1 hour, you get somewhere around 50 riyals, that is close to 1000 Indian rupees. And of course, your salary will vary based on your designation. That is, if you are F2, which is an economy class crew, F1, which is business class crew, or CS, that is cabin supervisor, or CSD, that is cabin supervisor director. On an average, flight attendants in Qatar Airways, they earn around 50 riyals per hour, that is something around 1000 Indian rupees per hour. And I'm also going to put the calculations on the screen. Up next is the layover allowance. When you are on duty, you might be required to stay overnight in the hotel in various cities around the world. And Qatar Airways pays the layover allowance for these days, which covers meals and your daily expenses in those places. Accommodation is covered by the company. So you will get a hotel which will be covered by the company, and then you will get a meal allowance, and that is added on to your salary. You do not get it on each layover, but it is added to the salary at the end of the month. So there is a fixed amount that you are going to get for that layover, which you get to know in advance how much you're going to get, and then you can spend accordingly. It actually depends on how much you're spending. Sometimes we spend way less than the particular layover allowance for that country. Sometimes we end up spending even more when we go out to explore the city. Sometimes it even gets more. So it totally depends on you. This layover allowance changes according to the places. So in when I'm going to India for a layover, I might receive around 100 riyals, let's say, for example. But when I'm going to any European destinations, I might get even more, or to places where the food and everything is cheaper, there I might get even less layover allowance. So it totally depends on the places that we are going. Company has a fixed layover allowance. It depends on you how much you're spending on that particular layover. Now let's take a look at a real salary slip. So I've blurred out the personal details. but I'll point out the key figures for you. As you can see, the salary slip includes sections for the basic salary, layover allowances, and flying hours. So you can see the basic salary is around 3,800 riyals. Hotel meal allowance is 1,884 for the entire month for every layover. Hourly flying pay is 4,323, totally depending upon how many hours did you fly. But for on an average, cabin crew in Qatar Airways flies around 90 hours, and it can even go up to 110 hours per month. There is something called retention money detection, which is 100 riyals. Baggage deduction is 44 and 12 riyals, which is the company provided baggage that we have, the strollers and the suitcase that we take on the layovers, and for our duties we need to pay for that. So they deduct a particular amount every month from our salary for that, because it belongs to us. Even after when we resign from the company, still the baggage is ours. So basically we are buying it from the company. So we need to pay some particular amount every month. It is deducted, and once that amount will be recovered, they will stop deducting the salary. Then there is something called service bond recovery, that is 350 riyals. So total deductions are 506 riyals here in this case, and total earnings are 10,000 riyals. So after the deductions, the total earnings for this particular month are 9,501 Qatari riyals. So to summarize, the salary of Qatar Airways flight attendants is made up of a fixed basic salary, earnings based on flying hours, layover allowance for layovers in different cities and different countries. Now I want to make something very clear. These figures are based on your position, your designation, and how many hours you're flying and how many layovers you are doing and which country layovers you are doing. But hopefully this gives you a better idea of the salary structure of Qatar Airways flight attendants, especially if you are considering a career with Qatar Airways as a cabin crew. This structure will help you know how your salary would be, and it grows with how many layovers you're doing and how many hours you're flying. Also, if you get promoted, of course, the salary increases. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any more questions about the salary structure, please feel free to drop your comments. I'll try to answer as many as I can. And you can also drop DMs on my Instagram handle. I'll put my Instagram handle on the screen, and you can go follow me on Instagram for my regular updates. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'll see you again super soon in the next video. Bye.